Ah, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends with Blazing Corp. We are going to be doing a spotlight on the first champion out of the Doom Tower normal, Archmage Helmet, next. Alright, so we're here with Archmage Helmet. We've got 2 perception sets on him, 1 speed set. Here we've got HP ring, crit damage amulet, and a resistance banner. Here that is just for the speed. Once we get something better, we might throw on an accuracy banner there or something of the like. Alright, so let's take a look at his stats. 37,000 hit points, 2,500 attack, 2,200 defense, 251 speed, 51 crit rate, 242 crit damage, 223 resistance, 136 accuracy. Haven't prioritized accuracy in this build just yet. He's still more mid-game than he is end-game. But something we'll do to get him to end game. Here we'll be getting gear that can prioritize that attack, get that up to around 3,500 to 4,000. Keep this right where it is, around that 250. If we can pump it up to 300, great. Get this up to around 70 because he buffs himself there before attacking. And then get these two up into that 350 range. Here the reason how we're going to do that is we're going to have to increase our resistance and accuracy through the Great Hall, and then here and there through some sort of ability, some sort of gear there. So yeah, that's kind of what our plan is going forward to endgame. Let's take him into the first place and see how he does. Alright, so we're here. We're going to try doing Bad L in here for consistency of heals with no revivers. So this should be an interesting kind of run, which Archmage Helmet here kind of helping along. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so Bad L kind of to get us through these waves pretty consistently. Obviously, poisons are going to have more consistency there as well when we get to the main boss at the end. So this should be an interesting run here, considering that Bad L is going to bring quite a bit of utility kind of everywhere he goes because he has that AoE attack on the waves. Now this is kind of what I was concerned about. It wouldn't have as much control anymore with Syl not being in here, given that extra ability to stun. But let's see how this goes. We should be okay here. Now the main thing is just to hope that we have as much stuns going out as possible. That way we don't have as much of an issue over the long run here. Now Bad L is doing tons of damage with his poisons. Here you can just see procs, damage over time procs, they're going. Now it is nice to see these ads kind of just hovering with that like kind of swirl over their head, just beating them up. Let's see if we can get these guys stunned here. Oh, there's some fears, so that's nice. Yeah, it's really going to come down to the final boss here on how fast this run's going to be. We'll have to see. The really hard thing about level 25 Ice Golem is that the ads are void affinity, so no ability to have you know, higher damage against the adds with bringing in different champions. So you know, definitely makes it quite a bit harder with having the adds as Void Affinity. I think it's actually the only stage where the boss and the adds actually have different affinities, which is weird and interesting all at the same time. Alright, so this is going as I kind of thought it would. Here, slow and consistent, but that's what you want when you are in this particular level. Here you don't want too much damage, because when you get to the boss, that is going to be detrimental for you. Alright, so let's see once we get to the next stage or here or floor, if we can get stuns on these guys and not let them take a turn, or get True Fear like you saw there. So nice to have the leech out, so some passive heals there. There we go. So we got the stun, we got the stuns there. So that should save us from getting hit there with the. I believe both adds have the decrease heal or the heal reduction buff. Yeah, heal reduction buff at 100%. So we definitely don't want that on any of our adds or any of our guys, because that's gonna hurt. Alright, so yeah, this kind of going as I thought it would with Bad L. He's more consistent damager there than Syl. We just have to make sure everybody stays up, and obviously that we can get the adds down before we get the big hit from the boss, which we've successfully done in this this first of 4 big hits. Now, it would be nice if we just missed the hits altogether, but we know that's not going to happen. Now, in terms of kind of the end game here with this, you know, on our path to end game, getting these runs down to, you know, around that 2-minute mark or less is definitely not a super priority, but, you know, it's going to be a litmus test for how good I am doing here at planning and building up my characters and getting better gear on my guys, getting them ready for endgame Doom Tower. So that's really what I want to be able to do, is do all of normal Doom Tower and then roll in to all of endgame Doom Tower or hard Doom Tower. So normal and hard in that 1 month period, and you know, sit everybody down. That way we can be getting, you know, all the extra heroes. All right, so we are just about done here. Much more consistent run here with Bad L than it was during our testing with Syl of the Drakes here, and definitely helps to have that extra boost in damage, because it's going to allow Bad L to heal quite a bit better. Alright, perfect. Let's move on to the next stage. Oh, crit damage gloves with crit rate. That's actually not too bad. It would be fantastic if this was a percentage, and then, or even better if this was speed and then this was 6 stars. So we're going to sell that. Alright, let's move on to the next level. So it wouldn't really bring Archmage Helmet into level 25 here because he'd be negative affinity, but we can certainly bring him into stage 24 Dragon here. So who should he replace? Probably Iron Brago. Yeah, probably Iron Brago in this particular instance here, and then kind of have the same type of team around him. We're not going to have anyone to pick anybody up here, so that could be a concern. Yeah, that could be a concern. We may want to make... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna make Battle the lead, and we're gonna bring in Scylla the Drakes here. All right, so that should be enough to get through this level. All right, let's do it. All right, so tons of poisons. Main goal of this run is to be faster, hopefully, here, and it should allow us to sleep all these guys. Well, not sleep, but stun, you know, make sure they're all controlled, as well as, you know, kind of burn them down as fast as possible. Yeah, so this is going pretty consistent as I thought here. Don't really see too much of an issue unless we have some bad like rolls at the end of this going into the next one here, which hopefully we don't. Hopefully we have you know, a decent amount of our skills still available. But good thing is we are faster than the ads here, so we should be able to go first and be able to do a little something here in terms of you know, stopping them in their tracks. Just about finished here, wave number 1. Oh, really wish he'd killed him on that last shot there, because he just wasted his buffs. But luckily we do have, what do we have? We got 2 people with, so we got 1 person with a stun set, Iron Brago, sorry, Underbreeze Brogni, and then some stun abilities in so the Drakes, as well as Archmage Helmet. So we should have enough control to kind of go through this and keep them controlled as much as possible. We do have some fears that can be placed from Madame Series, and then tons of poisons. Yeah, so it looks like some true fears just went out. Obviously, we've got Opportunist on a few of these guys. I think Under Priest, if I'm not mistaken, there, and as well as Archmage Helmet, so should be taking advantage of that and getting some more damage out there. Now, obviously the endgame build, if we could pump them up to, you know, 4,500 damage, 4,500 attack there, then, you know, that 250 to 300 crit rate he'd be hitting, he'd be probably just wiping waves, wiping the floor of the waves, so, you know, definitely something to achieve, strive for there in the long run. Yeah, I wonder how it's gonna go with the boss here. We shall see. Alright, so poisons, reflect damage should be kind of what, ooh, that's 50,000 hit. Should be what kind of brings down this particular boss. But you never know. Get some mastery procs there. Never a bad thing to get some extra damage. Yeah, pretty consistent run here. You could use him in kind of a lot of different comps, especially speed runs if you just want to kind of buff with speed and buff with damage, and then kind of run your champions focusing on crit damage, and run your champions at 70%, so that way you don't have to worry about that 100% crit rate. Now, should be pretty good here. I don't foresee any issues. Under Priest, Brogni, and Archmage Helmet kind of go pretty well together, to tell you the truth. Just because I kind of wish they had, the multipliers under Priest, because then, he would essentially be a combination version. There could be just how I built them out, of course. But yeah, they're pretty good synergy together because Under Priest protects him while Archmage Helmet does quite a bit of damage, and then also gives a little bit of a boost there in terms of speed and crit rate and crit damage to Under Priest. So not a bad thing there at all in terms of the synergy. Alright, so yeah, pretty good run. Nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I was hoping for some speed boots. That would have been nice. But yeah, that kind of sucks. On to the next one. So we're just going to go into stage 20 here. I wouldn't really use him at any other stage beyond this with my current set of champions. Maybe if I got an HP burn champion, I could see him being involved. But for right now, not so much. Alright, so who would I bring him in for? I could do Bad Owl, but I really want to keep the stun on him. I shouldn't need Scylla the Drakes here. Yeah, I shouldn't need Scylla the Drakes here. But if I do end up needing her, then I'll take out Bad Owl. Right, here we are versus the Spider. This should be a pretty consistent run. Basically, it's all built on, takedown here. That's what, 1.3 million or 1.292 million there that he's hitting for. Obviously, we can't do that once he gets to stage 21 and above here. But the good thing with having Archmage Helmet in this particular level is that he can give speed boost. So that's going to allow... Yeah, it's going to allow, what's his face? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to allow, oh my goodness, I can't believe I can't remember who he is. Oh my goodness.
Are you stupid or something?
It's going to allow our nuker here to kind of swing his takedown ability back around here and slam, just faster. Yeah, so good thing is we kind of know how this is supposed to go. So let's just speed up this run so you guys can kind of see here how it goes. And, kind of, get to the end of this here. So let's speed this up. Alright, so you can see the takedowns here. They're going to come pretty consistent here now. I'm convinced now here that the better way to do this would be with HP burn. It's just more consistent here. And with the champions that I have, they're pretty tanky, so You know, if I was to have an HP burn guy in here, he could literally all the ads would be going, or they'd be stunned, and they'd just be damaging the main spider over and over and over there. So yeah, as soon as I get Dexter Blood Twin here, we're gonna, you know, focus on getting him up to max level here, and we'll bring him in here. We'll do a guide on him once he's maxed out or close to it, especially in Spider, and then we'll be able to progress in Spider here up to 25 with our HP burn strategy. So basically, he'd just go right in for Royal Guard. Can't believe I remembered his name now. He'd just go right in for Royal Guard, and yeah, basically just take his place. Kind of keep everybody else the same. With the we probably would have, we might leave Archmage Helmet in there. Just depends, I guess, on the affinity of the boss, whether it's like a Reviver or Archmage. But yeah, he's pretty good in a level like this, allowing Royal Guard to swing back around quicker there than the boss. So it's like a 2-for-1 type situation. He gets 2 takedowns for 1 hit from the boss. So generally this goes a little bit faster than I'm used to it going. Pretty important here is that speed side of things. You know, I'm realizing the more higher end game content there, the higher I want my speed. You know, in that kind of 250, like 240 to 250 range, kind of be like a base speed stat for me for end game content. That way, you know, we don't have to worry as much, and these guys can cycle around their speeds. And then obviously having a speed booster there, you give, you know, another 30% to the full total. So if you had 200 speed, you gave 30%, you're gonna have an extra 60 there, which is not so bad at all. All right, so kind of finished that there. You can see here Dwarves Amulet, HP. Yeah, I probably could use something like this. I'm gonna keep that for now. Here, Archmage did a hell of a lot of damage. 5 million worth, just as much as Miscreated Monster. They're Bad Owl and Royal Guard kind of doing the bulk of the work. Alright, so well, not my best time in any way, shape, or form, but he's serviceable in here. So if you don't have anyone else who can kind of run this level here, then, you know, Archmage, not a bad guy to bring in. He's kind of good everywhere if you surround him with the right team. There, no point in bringing him into Fire Knight. He is not a Fire Knight champion. He does not have multiple hits on his A1, so no need for Fire Knight. However, there is, you could use him as like your main guy in content like this. So if you wanted to have him as the main guy who can kind of solo the Minotaur, then have, you know, 4 other champions, it's definitely nice to do it that way. So that way you can have more speed and running through this, so you don't have to take as much time there, because time is money. All right, so pretty important there. But yeah, you can kind of see how this is going. I'm kind of building out all, well, with the exception of Bad Owl, all the rest of the champions don't have their full masteries yet, so we are building them all out currently to kind of get the job done. Now, when it comes to the next place we're going to go into, which is Arena, I don't have the best teams out there. I'm still a mid gamer, but I'm trending towards end game, but I'm not end game because I don't have the builds yet. So we're being very cautious when we go into Arena on who we face. There we have to with the know we're gonna win there, kind of, rather than just face every team that we can, because we do not have overpowered gear, and we don't have the fastest people in the world in terms of speed. And it's definitely important to have a lot of speed, because it's a speed driven place as a PvP. So as this is rolling to an end here, we're doing pretty well. It would be, just a comment here for Raid, if they ever watch this video. Please give us level 20 Minotaur. Oh my goodness. Or even better, level 25 Minotaur. This is insane that we're still at level 15. Just let us get this stuff faster. My goodness. This is such a time crunch here right now to be running 15. This is ridiculous. But enough for my rant there.
No! In the face! In the face! No! Oh, he's still out! He's still out! All right, everybody relax. Take it easy. We've seen it before. He just needs a little extra. There we go. Some of these big boys, you got to give them 2 shots.
All right, so let's get out of here and let's see if we can jump into the arena, if we have anyone to fight here, because I'm not just gonna fight anybody. So let's take a look. Something I look at, player power, and then kind of what skills they're bringing to the table. So heavy AoE, nuker here, slight nuker, reviver, and any critical hits gonna cause defense increase to go across the board. So that's going to be a lot of increase in the defense. So possibility that this guy is not too strong with the player power here, but I've seen some people who are kind of lulling people in by lowering their player power and still having like some crazy stats on the people they have in the arena. Man, if we can get one of those like one-piece ones there, kind of take that as a sign that we should attack. We're going to give this one a go. Win or lose, you can kind of see how Archmage does. Alright, so it looks like we won the speed battle, which is good. Basis of this team is you have one reviver, you got the ability to put a whole bunch of buffs there, and then you have Under Priest Brogni who's protecting us from hits. If we're able to go first, of course. So luckily for us, this has been pretty good here. He got frozen, but you could see, his hits are pretty good. He's definitely very serviceable inside of the arena. Definitely he's part of the main team that you see here. At least for me, I would love to have like a provoker. Well, I'd love to build out Umbra Enchantress, but just can't take the time to do it right now. She'd literally be only for arena and then faction wars, and I just can't do it. I gotta build out people who are good everywhere. Yeah, it's just plain and simple of it. Alright, so that kind of does it for this champion guide. What is our takeaway on Archmage Helmet as a whole? I really like him there. I think he is a very serviceable champion if you build him out right. Sturdy, as well as having lots of accuracy and resist. And then you don't have to build him with a lot of attack, but you could, and he'll hit hard, and then he'll have like a decent amount of versatility on that end. So yeah, I think if you get him, build him out. That's the plain and simple of it. Great, I would say an S tier. He's gonna be an S tier epic. He's pretty much a legendary in disguise on that end. So yeah, have a great day. This has been a fantastic video. Let me know how you guys are using Archmage Helmet, I would love to hear your comments on him, and we will chat again next time. Let's chat then.